Today is 20th of February. Market pullback after making all-time high yesterday, down 3 points at 3930. This level here, 3906, was the high made in October 2007. It provides immediate supports for the market going forward. We also have another support levels, and this is at 3886. So these are the levels to watch. 1326 remain well placed and is diverging, indicating that the trend is very much in force. I'd like to see eventually take out this intraday high here of 3949. Let's turn our attentions to the US market. This is S&P 500 on the weekly charts. We have a momentary break here, though not very convincing at this moment. On the daily chart, it's quite clear. We have this break. We'd like to see a follow through over the next 2 days. Otherwise, we may see pullback from here. Now, if you take a look at the NYSE Composite Index, we represent the 2000 big cap stocks. It is quite clear that it's actually slightly weaker. Over here, we have a very nice run up at just before the resistance levels. We see the weakening of the momentum. So this indicates a temporary pause. I would like to see eventually take out this resistance level here of 2332. By and large, this is considered a nice pattern. We usually like to see a pause before a resistance. This is Brent crude. We see a very steep retracement followed by a weak bounce. Generally, it's actually stuck in the trailing range and is likely to actually do so. US 10-year Treasury yield. It is trading within a bullish channels with very big swing and is right now at the lower channel lines. More likely will bounce off from here. But looking at the 1326 SMAs, at this point in time, it's just consolidating. But the likelihood of a upward move is actually high. Now, of course, any upward moves is likely to actually depress the equity market. So this is something we need to take note of. Let's turn our attentions to our local markets. Mentioned in previous videos, by and large, the markets is dominated by the small cap stocks. Now this is Centurion. Here we have a consolidations and we have a breakaway gap here and followed by a pullback. Notice actually the pullback is on lower volume. This is healthy. It is a small deeper setup. Bar high here is 106. LHN. Similarly, the stock is actually consolidating. Would like to see eventually take out this high here of 55 cents. Namcheon. Very nice upward move over here and right now experiencing pullback. This is a big deeper setup. In fact, it was a break yesterday. If you have taken the trades, put our stop loss one tick below this low here of 51 cents. We like to see stocks actually continue to trade sideways, close out the daylight and eventually take out this intraday high here of 575. Rex International, very powerful move followed by a pullback, and yesterday we see a breakout. Today we have an opening gap but it was closed. So I would like to actually look for a setup from here and eventually take out this intraday high here of 23 cents. We have similar patterns for RH Petrol Gas. Very strong upward move followed by a pullback and yesterday a breakout. Like today, similarly, we trade a reversal bus. Like to look for setups and eventually see taking out this high here of 20.5 cents. So 20.5 cents is a psychological resistance. Mermaid, this is a ultra penny stocks. Over here we have a period of sideways move. You actually break on the upside with an extension bar followed by a pullback. Now notice actually we have a gap here. This gap offers a resistance. Again, if you can trade sideways, eventually you would like to see take out this intraday high here of 161 and close up this gap. This is Bingguan. consolidation for a while, and here we have a downward move. Today you experience a wide range reversal bust. This could be a overreactions. We may see a bounce from here. Like to just observe. By and large, this is a less preferred stock because of the sluggish nature of its price movement. Prop neck. Now this stock itself has broken the lower channel line. This is a classic throwback, and today we have a follow through. The consolation is the managed to actually bounce off from the low. So I'd like to actually see what happened, but by and large, the stock is more likely to be stuck in a trading range. Hong Leong Asia. After this wide range reversal of increased volumes, stock managed to actually found tractions and move up, but by and large this is really part of the consolidations, because the 1326 is quite evident from the 1326 SMA, which is actually converging. So again, we need some patience to wait for the consolidation to be completed and eventually like to see a break above $1, which happen to be a psychological resistance. We heard attempting at this resistance today. So again, we would like to actually observe over the next few sessions. If we can trade sideways, that will be generally healthy, and look for a decisive break on increased volume above the high here of 555. Oitech. There was actually announcements of moving the stocks from catalyst to main board, and as a result, we see a gap up and a pullback over the last two sessions. This is generally healthy. Notice the drop in volume. Like to see the stock break above this high here of 135.